Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits.
In a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves. If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the
Rabbit Hole Podcast.
Live from underground. Mike, okay, so I envisioned something in my brain that
I have a bad
never a good sign.
one day for Christmas, for New Year's, I'm gonna spend it in Cancun. And I'm in Cancun. I'm gonna go to Cancun. Just for New Year's. That way I can feel like I am not a part of anything that we are about to talk about today.
Oh.
Because through the shadows, through the costumes, through the darkness,
In the Navy.
comes the killer clown,
Oh wait, we're
John Wayne Gacy. Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Marco. Welcome back to the Rabbit Hole Podcast, Season 2, Episode 2. Ladies and gentlemen, go ahead and say who you are. And I said ladies because gal's a chick, as confirmed, he has a vagina.
He's got anything.
What's up, you beautiful people? My name is Miracle.
Hi.
That was Shred. I am Rustic. You can catch me on Twitch.
Oh, hi Mark.
I'm like, you're adopted.
The name's Phase.
Yo, you know what would have been great?
I would like to tell you that you're adopted.
Why did you make it so sexual?
Because I was
This
doing
is
you know,
not-
like the
this
shy,
is-
you know, like the
listen.
fucking shy emote, the people like the fucking blushy shy. Just
Listen,
you're adopted.
this is not Pornhub's family therapy, okay? This is not the time when you're supposed to be looking up.
Speaking of that, when are they gonna make a new episode? I've been waiting.
I mean, it was just so appropriate. The stepmother walked in while the stepson was sitting there jerking him off, and she finished him off, so it was just quite nice. No, fuck. That's disgusting.
How did we go from John Wayne Gacy to fucking?
I feel like, oh my lord.
You fucking lost me, Jesus Christ.
Well, listen,
We're almost at the
listen.
point of restart.
Welcome to the rabbit hole, bitch.
I mean, this is a shit show. Everybody signed up for this, whether they're listening to us on
Reviews,
Spotify.
There's no retakes. There's no fucking anything.
great.
We are a one shot. Keep
Exactly.
rolling. Whatever happens. we
Whatever
go with
happens,
it.
happens. As long as someone doesn't drop a
Hey,
fucking
hey.
racist comment, then we good.
Somebody. Speak for yourself. You're the only one here that's a one shot.
But where should we start? Is anybody in here?
I don't get it.
Because I got thrown away on the last one. I had to restart the recording, and I just saved it for our bloopers reel. But on the next one, like for all of us right now, how many of us here, other than me and FaZe, know about the killer clown, John Wayne Gacy?
I do.
I mean, other than from what you've told us, then no.
Okay.
I mean, you
So-
pretty much told us everything, so I mean, we already know it.
So should we start phase of when he was a little bitty child? A wee little bitty child?
Just a wee lad.
Alright, so John
baby boy.
Wayne Gacy was born on March 17th of 1942, and he was known as the Killer Clown. And
Yo, can you stop looking at my junk?
this is my book, alright? Your book is just so happens to be in your junk, okay?
Alright.
It's
As-
full of knowledge.
I will question it
It's full
anymore.
of knowledge. As a child, Gacy was overweight and unathletic. He was close to his two sisters and his mother, but endured a very difficult relationship with his father. What do you think about his father, FaZe? Did you read up on that?
Yeah. This is the typical
Typical American
where
household.
he has very much the stereotypical serial killer life.
like honestly,
Why does he look like one of the
typical.
things from the next fix?
But his dad, like, was one of those typical guys back in the 40s, just like, oh, so you're gonna be close with your sisters? You gonna be close with your mom? You're a queer. I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. And like, at the early age of 4, was beating the hell out of his son with a leather belt for just, I think, like, the first time that he done it, like, his mom said that all he did was rearrange car parts in the garage, and his dad literally beat the hell out of him for it.
Yep.
What a dick.
Yeah.
4
No
years
wonder
old.
he
was
would
you
kill
the
people.
first kill?
No, his dad. No.
You know what? When I was reading it, I thought he was going to be.
When he was.
If that started that early, he was probably traumatized. And even if he turned into a serial killer, I don't think he would have ever fucking raised up to his dad.
Here's the
Oh,
weird
yeah.
thing about it. His entire life, he always loved his father.
He
despite the
loved his
abuse.
father. Despite the abuse, he loved his father. He always wanted to make his father so proud. That's all he wanted. And it's just... it's a weird, fucked up story, and we're going to be telling every bit of it. But on another occasion, his father struck him across the head with a broomstick and rendering him unconscious.
I just imagine, with that statement that he just wanted to make his father proud, I just imagine with all the killings, Daddy, Daddy, look, I have a new head for you for my collection.
Like, that's one thing. Like, yeah,
Good job.
I get that, because, like, could you imagine, like...
a head collection?
Yeah, but it's not the same kind of head. You'll find out later. But,
Oh, my God.
Damn, what's
here
your current
we
streak?
go into the ERP corner, ladies. 34. But get around.
What?
Different people? Alrighty.
But no. God damn it! You made me completely lose fucking touch. But no, I imagine like his father, like he would be whenever he was murdering one of these kids with his, here, Johnny, let me show you the rope trick. Whenever he's murdering these kids, like I can see in his picture, like picturing in his mind, hey, Dad, you fucking proud of me now? Am I manly enough for you now, Dad? Huh? And he would always, okay. All of his victims had one thing in common. They were young.
All his victims went in condom. Hold up.
Oh, yeah.
Hold up.
Oh, no.
Hold up.
I am not.
We
I
don't
am
know
not-
what the fuck that is. That's back in the 50s.
Back in the 50s.
I'm.
Well,
I'm
actually-
tired. Where's my drink?
all of his murder spree happened in the 70s, wasn't it, FaZe? It was all in the 70s.
It started in 72, if I remember right, was his first kill. I can recheck that in 1 second. I wrote down the dates.
Dude,
Look
you-
at
you
these
don't- you
nerds.
don't-
They took notes.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do in a
his
podcast.
very first murder was 1972.
What, we take notes?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the first one was 1972.
Jack McCoy.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But it's just crazy. Like, Gacy was enduring all his father's abuse. He wanted to make his father proud. He wanted to do things that he could, like in his own typical way. But in another serial killer typical fashion, he was for some reason standing in front of a swing and got hit in the back of the head, rendering him unconscious again. He did suffer brain damage from this, and he was having seizures and everything from the time he was 12 to 15 or 12 to 16. It was somewhere in that range.
Sounds like every Fortnite player.
Oh yeah.
Kind of does.
Brain damage.
True enough.
I'm sorry if you play Fortnite and you're watching this. I don't give a
Just
shit.
don't
really
It's
don't
a
like
mad
Fortnite.
game. I don't give a
Just
shit.
uninstall it at this point.
Well, are we playing footsies now, Rustic? We're
How-
playing footsies?
How the fuck? What the fuck are you? I'm not a pillow. I'm not as fluffy as fucking FaZe.
I have FaZe as a pillow.
Go back to telling your story.
Anyway. In 1949, Gacy's father was informed that his son and another boy had been caught sexually fondling a young girl. Gacy's father whipped him with a razor stroop as punishment. The same year, a family friend... Oh, here we go. And this is another thing. This is another portion right here that brings us into the views of what turned Gacy into the person that he became. That very same year in 1949, they had a family friend who was working on the house. He was doing some renovations for them on the house. And what does he do? He molests Gacy. Gacy was...
Gay.
You know what's real fun is that he would never call people gay, and he would never call people queer, but at the same time, he would call them, even though all of his killings were rape or all of his things was rape and murder of young 15 to 18-year-old boys.
So he was effectively gay.
He was
No,
effective.
He even killed a couple 20-year-olds too, actually.
Well, actually, yeah, early 20-year-olds. They were all young. They were all young
Yeah.
boys. He was effectively gay. He, in one of his marriages, he completely quit having sex with his wife just so he could.
How many marriages?
He got married twice. Again, we'll get into this.
Okay.
But and you guys just over here lounging around. You guys are gonna fucking fall asleep.
Nah.
But
I think this one did already.
he looks it. You okay, Gal?
My phone. What?
But
Whoa! Oh!
yes.
Keep going.
Please, you're about to be called I think they call it fire crotch.
Pretzels.
Oh God.
Sorry. I was not putting in the direction of my fucking checker, so
But here's what real fun about it. Yes, he was effectively gay because he was doing all these two young boys. All of his murders were all young boys. But at the same time, he would never say that he was gay. He would always angrily deny that he was gay.
I'm straight.
And he would call anybody who is homosexual fruit pickers. He goes, I ain't no fruit picker. I think he got it from his dad. I'm not sure where he got the term fruit picker from. I guess that
term I've never
they
heard
never
before.
really specified where that term came from, but a lot of people
It
think
might
that it came
be-
just because of the time he was in.
Yeah.
possibly, and that that, and he would. I honestly believe fruit picker was he would one of the. I guess in his mind was the gayest job you could give to a gay person. It sounds like a gay job title. Fruit picker.
I mean, if you think about the qualities of being a fruit picker,
Is that what we're going to term homosexuality from now on?
No, just hear me out. Say you're working a farm and you're picking fruit. I mean, nobody's gonna notice if a couple fruits missing.
Exactly.
Just go chomp.
That's
Strawberries. I fucking love strawberries.
You sound like you have murderous intents. like no one's gonna notice if these people are gone.
Nobody's gonna notice if a few fruits are gone.
Excuse me.
Are you
Now
okay
run.
now?
No.
No one's gonna notice if a few fruits
I mean, Gal's the only one out of all of us who's homosexual. So what do you think about that whole thing? Give me your honest opinion. Talk, damn it! Stop eating.
I'm not eating. I'm on my phone, dude. I'm focused.
What are you focused on?
He's focused on you.
Corn.
Are you not?
He's focused on sleep.
Corn or Nekamu's ass. One of the two.
No, Shred was right.
I fucking he was in my Discord earlier. He was talking about, oh, yo, you knew Yu-Gi-Oh, and I'm like, what?
Oh, is this going back to the same fucking conversation about the fucking Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic the Gathering cards?
Yes.
God damn it! This is not the time. What do you think about fruit pickers?
What do you think about fruit pickers? A blue eyes white dragon.
Why is he tracker? Okay.
Oh, wait, okay. That's a weird
They
tangent.
give a shit.
You guys watched the PewDiePie the song "Bitch Lasagna," right?
Yeah. Bitch lasagna, bitch lasagna.
Have you heard that people got really upset because he said, and one of his lyrics, he said, "I'm a blue-eyed white dragon. We are just a dark magician." He's talking to T-Series that's Indian, so they're like dark skin. He's like, "You're a dark magician."
Oh
blue-eyed white
my
dragon.
god. Oh my god.
No.
Wait.
If you don't understand the context around Yu-Gi-Oh, then that
Like they
Okay,
got
no, look,
people
hear
got
me out, hear me
fucking
out.
triggered by
Dark
it.
magician. Yeah, dark magician girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo.
Back to John Wayne Gacy. This individual was a contractor who would take Gacy for rides in his truck and then fondle the boy. Gacy never told his father about these incidents, afraid that his father would blame him because he was afraid of another beating. And because of a heart condition, Gacy was ordered to avoid all sports in school. During the 4th grade, Gacy began to experience blackouts. He was hospitalized on occasion because of seizures. This is going back to because of where he got hit in the swing with the swing. Gacy was also a fucking he was an ass sniffer. Like he would volunteer for the school police. He would volunteer to do errands for the teachers. He would be all up their ass. He was a brown noser from hell. And
I don't like that term. That's a
what, brown noser?
Same here. Yeah.
no ass sniffer.
Oh, ass sniffer. I mean, I guess you could say that
know.
I was
Wouldn't it-
this
wouldn't
morning,
it-
but that's
wouldn't
a
it be
different.
more-
I don't know.
more of like
Usually
an
we call
ass
it brown
kisser.
tongue.
Be
I mean,
ass
some more of an
kisser.
ass kisser.
I mean,
I mean, I've
they
never
say
heard
they
term
say
bra-
they say brown noser. You've never heard the term brown noser?
No.
Are you
not
American?
as much as I've heard ass kisser.
Ass
Yeah,
kisser.
You hear ass kisser a lot more than ass sniffer.
Well, but they're all the same thing, okay?
I mean, it all involves ass.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Here's what's real fun. And she's
Ass?
asleep right now. Boy.
Oh god.
Somebody was talking about the one of the conditions for COVID. Like, what is one of the things that you start showing off? And somebody said you lose your sense of smell, and my immediate reaction for some reason was like, yeah, I lost my smell this morning too when I buried my nose 6 foot into my wife's ass.
Alright.
And I was
Wait, Mako, didn't you say that at work?
I said that.
Back on the ground.
Dumbass.
You know, speaking of work, like, have you I don't know if it's just me, or have you noticed that workplaces in general have getting, like, more and more, like, people are, like, open with what they say. Like, I went to fucking Pizza Hut, not Pizza Hut, I went to Little Caesars just yesterday to get pizza, and, like, literally their manager walks in, he literally looks at the front counter guy, the pizza place is, like, packed. And like the manager walks in, looks at the front counter guy, is like, "Fuck you," and then walks back.
No.
Like,
Dude,
what the
you have
fuck,
never
people?
worked in a kitchen. You have never worked in a kitchen.
Not only that,
the
not only
shit
that, but
we
my
say
own-
would give you heat
my
stroke.
my own workplace, like on Friday, like we were just so fucking open. My manager was just like, I swear to God, if another fucking customer comes and pulls on the door and doesn't read that door is locked sign that we have plastered to the fucking door, I'm gonna kick a child. I'm like, all right, you can't say that.
Like,
I mean, yeah, I say it all the time.
Kick the baby.
I think that's
Kick
actually
the
where she
baby.
got it. I think that's actually where she got the kick a
Don't
child
kick the
from. Was from
baby.
what I.
Kick the baby.
Yeah.
Well, back when
Anyway,
he
back
was
to clown.
when he was just 18.
Wait, real quick. Also, we're never gonna get to the murders this
No.
episode, just so you know.
No.
Yeah, but
That's
there's
next
not even a
episode.
fucking
Next
chance.
episode.
That's next episode. We're just telling a
Yeah.
story. Like, it's good to be telling, like, because this is a hard hitter. Okay, this one's next episode's gonna be really fucking dark. But here's
No,
what's
not with
What
us.
the fuck?
Not with us. There's no way it's gonna be dark with us. Fucking sitting around.
yeah, exactly. But when he was 18, like, he started participating in the Democratic Party. He was a Democrat.
Well, there's your problem.
I fucking knew that was coming.
Politics.
Politics.
The driver man to murder.
But this decision led more criticism from his father, and his father was calling him a patsy.
Patsy.
A patsy. Do you guys remember the? Of course you don't. You don't know American history. But do you guys remember the? Who was the guy? Who was the president that got his fucking brains blown out down in Texas?
JFK.
JFK.
Yeah.
Wasn't it his killer that was like screaming, "I'm a patsy! I'm a patsy!" whenever he got fucking shot?
Yeah,
So like
What?
I
that,
think so.
I think so.
I think he got away. No, he didn't get away.
No, he didn't get away. He also got shot.
Oh, you were shot? Okay.
He got shot.
Okay, wait. Is it
Oswald!
sad that is it sad that I know American history more than I know my Canadian history?
Yeah, we're gonna have a Canadian serial killer episode next.
Yeah.
Then again, Canadian history is kind of boring.
Yeah, that's fucking.
I mean, I hate to say it. I went to Canada, tried to learn history in Canada. There's no history behind it.
What do you mean? Did you know
mean,
that
there-
America
Like,
tried
this is
buying Canada?
now.
Yeah.
Did you know that we tried buying them not once but twice?
Yeah, because we wanted land, because we were
And we
greedy
should've.
bastards.
Okay, you want to know something really stupid that Canada does? We provide the U.S. with fucking electricity, but we sell so much of it that we run out of it, and we buy it back twice the price.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I mean,
You're
I
not
know,
wrong.
I know the whole
Profit.
story with your maple syrup thing. Like, there has to be rules and regulations with maple syrup, and it has to be graded under a very specific fucking list of rule sets.
I mean, do you know what happens with half
Fun
that maple
fact, my
syrup?
U.S. history teacher was scared of maple syrup.
What?
You want to know why? You want to know why they were scared of maple syrup? It's because they were getting it sexually dumped on their bodies. But anyway, back to
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
but after he turned 18, like after he joined the Democratic Party, he was volunteering for the Democratic Party, but at the same time, he could not stand his father anymore. And what happens when you run away? Where do you go? Las Vegas.
Yep. I wasn't gonna burn it just because everybody else. I was waiting for everybody else.
Oh, I was about
Las
to say. I was seriously about
Vegas.
to say Detroit.
Where do you go? To my room.
Fair enough.
Gacy left the family home and drove
fucker
to Las
stole my
Vegas,
porch.
Nevada.
Can't have
He
shit in
found
Detroit.
work with an ambulance service before he was transferred to work as an attendant at the Palm Mortuary as a mortuary attendant.
like super fucking
Gacy slept on a
hungry right now.
cot behind the embalming room, so you know he was next to death. Could you imagine that? Would you be able to sleep next to dead bodies like that?
I can sleep anywhere.
Probably.
Don't tempt me.
Oh yeah, actually, same. I can sleep fucking anywhere.
I don't think I
Except,
could.
except in VR
Knowing
for
what
some
was
reason.
over there.
Marco, eventually you would just get used to it, honestly.
Yeah,
I
and
don't.
know
I mean,
how far
as you're about to. What was that phase?
I was like, I don't know how far you want to go, but not only that, but he's also burying him in his house with his family living in there.
I mean, you're not wrong, but at the
They're
same.
all unknowingly sleeping next to dead corpses.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we'll get to
I mean,
that.
little do you know, your house could be on top of some
I mean,
Indian burial ground.
I mean, we know that. I mean, death is all around us, no matter where you go. but it's the fact that there is literally fucking dead bodies in the next room over. I wouldn't be able to fuck.
I mean, there's already
Or
dead
under
bodies in
his
the
own
next room
bed.
over for me.
I wouldn't be. What?
You heard that he even.
Are you
put
sleeping in a
one of-
mortuary?
He put a couple of bodies
No,
under
no,
his
no.
bed for over
Just
a
the
day.
people I hate is in my closet.
Oh yeah.
So he was sleeping on top of a dead body.
So what are you, Rustic? Are you Eminem? Are you skeletons in your
I'm
closet?
insane.
Oh my god.
Can
We're
I
gonna-
just say? Can I just say? I mean,
When all the
technically
evidence
we're
comes
all
out and
sleeping next to
Rustic
dead bodies.
Rustic is a serial killer, and we do the episode of the podcast on him.
When everything comes out,
Remember that, like, one
when everything
person that
comes
was
out,
with
and
us
like
at
one episode,
point?
Rustic's not here because he got arrested.
Oh my.
Yeah,
Like,
so
if there
Russ
was
got
one
fucking
person,
arrested.
if there was one person
Yeah,
out of
so
us
you
that would
might
most likely
notice
become
we're
a,
missing
become a
someone.
mass serial killer, who would it be?
Let's talk about
My
it.
vote's on Galv.
On Gal? You think Gal would become a serial? Nah.
I don't
doesn't
know.
He's
have the
I don't
quiet.
know.
He's like he's the perfect. He's quiet. He
I
doesn't
know
speak.
way.
Nobody really knows much about him. He could do it. and
We
get away
done
with
an
it.
entire episode where we told our origins.
I don't remember his origin. Probably wasn't that exciting.
Hey Gal, you gonna say anything this episode?
He's actually
you.
eating ramen. You just don't know it.
He said something.
He said something.
I mean, you,
We got our one word out of him.
out of everybody here, you are been again. Here we go again. You're going back to being. I'm not going to talk. I'm going to go get food here in about 5 minutes.
Popeye's closing, so I gotta go get my food.
See,
Fucking
you know how Galv was in desktop mode for a long while.
Yeah, because
For a little bit, yeah.
Because so we wouldn't know whenever he would leave to go get food.
oh yeah, he would just be sitting there like.
There was that the one Discord episode where he left and came back with a fucking chicken wing.
I
Speaking
needed
of chicken, I got KFC today.
Nice.
Yo,
Yeah,
you
I
need
remember. I
coffee
remember
or
why. I
something.
remember why I don't like KFC because it's all bone.
I got Papa John's.
It's all bone.
Anyway, done with food, because what you're about to hear is about to make you sick. FaZe, do you know the whole story about him being in Las
Yep.
Vegas?
Yep.
Okay.
Viva Las Vegas.
Tell
Yeah.
the story.
Okay. Well, he worked there for 3 months, observing morticians and bombing dead bodies. He later confessed that one evening, while alone, he climbed into a coffin with a deceased teenage male and was embracing and caressing the body, experiencing a sense of shock.
At least he didn't fuck it.
That you
Not yet.
know,
Well,
you know that
Oh my
he
God.
touched
I mean, just wait till later.
everything about that child.
Yep. And just
Like-
wait till later.
imagine you're the parent of that child and you find out that. What is
They
your
never
reaction
did.
to that?
Like
Well, just imagine if your kid died of COVID, all right, and then some
way to make it.
fucking
Way to bring.
a
Way to,
whole-
way to bring 2020 back into this fucking episode.
I don't
Thanks.
give a fuck. Just imagine that, and then imagine you're like the parent of that child, and they're in a coffin, and you're sad about it. You're like, oh well, there goes my child, and only to get a call from only.
Oh, Ben, fucking hell. We lost another one this month.
What's so funny? I didn't say anything funny. What the fuck?
That's so
just
morbid,
exactly
though.
what-
Oh well, there goes my child.
my child.
We'll just make a new one.
That's how it works, right?
No.
I don't think that's how
You
that
lose one, you just make another one.
works. Oh my god.
So,
Well,
anyways,
this got morbid really fucking fast.
So,
Yeah,
anyways,
dude.
just imagine you get a call. You get a call. It's like some hobo sexually touched your dead child in his coffin. Have a nice evening.
I don't even know if I would even have the guts to tell them.
Oh, I would.
Oh, I would not.
Just imagine.
And I would, leave it. I
I
would just, I would call that person. I would call that parent, and I would just leave it off with like, "Have a cool day," and just hang up.
just imagine you get to like the funerals, you open the casket, and your kid has a turd just like plastered over his forehead. And you're like, it's gonna be a closed casket.
Has a what? Has a turd?
A third? Yeah.
Is it like what did Gacy do? Just go in and just fucking shit on his face? Shit on the fucking dead body's face?
Dude, he slept with the fucking dead body. What the fuck you mean? You don't know what's gonna happen in that fucking casket.
I mean, you're not wrong. I mean,
It's just
like,
this big brown streak going across the face as you open the casket.
it's like you know,
Oh my
how, you know how
God.
dogs,
You know what?
you know
It's
how
gonna be a
dogs
closed
wipe
casket
their
funerals.
ass. You know how dogs wipe their ass with brown. It's like that.
Back
That's
to the
worms.
clown story.
Let's bring it back around to what they said.
This whole thing involving the dead body prompted Gacy, like it scared him, and it prompted him to be like, all right, I don't need Vegas. I'm gonna go back home.
I need my dad.
So he called his mom, and his mom talked to his dad, and the dad agreed to let him come back home. And that same very day, he drove back to Chicago to live with his family. On returning to Chicago, Gacy enrolled somehow, like he dropped out of school to go to Vegas, right? He dropped out of school. He never graduated high school, but somehow was able to enter into the Northwestern Business College.
See, that's just how colleges at the time work.
Yep.
Like you know how our generation is like told, just go to college. It's easy. Bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna be in debt for the rest of our life if we do.
Exactly.
That's why college is not a good choice. I mean, everyone says, "Hey, go to college." Yeah, but half of us can't even fucking afford college. Just get a tuition.
Fuck
Bruh,
you. That's
I
what
ain't the next John Madden.
John Madden football. He graduated.
Football, John Madden football.
He graduated in 1963, and then Gacy took a management trainee position. This is a literal name at the Nunn Bush Shoe Company.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, hey
We
John.
got nuns, we got bushes, we got shoes. Come on down.
Yo, hey John. How do you like your boys? Nunn Bush.
Oh god.
No, here comes the fucking fun.
You know, Michael's had that one saved for like a week, just waiting for this episode to come out.
No wonder you're fucking jiggly.
What?
Fucking,
What kind
like jiggly all happy and
I
shit
mean,
like
what
that.
kind of name? It's Nunn Bush, and it's spelled literally like how my last name is spelled, Bush. B-U-S-H. Like it's the Nunn Bush Company, it's a shoe company. Like, okay,
I didn't know your last. Okay, well, now I know your last name.
I am not related to the
How do you
president.
not know his last name?
Because I just didn't know about it.
I think Nero actually tried adding me on Facebook.
I did last night.
He did add me.
All right, well, if anyone knows your first name, now they know your last name. Now they can put two and two together.
No,
Congratulations.
they
you
don't
dogs.
know his. They don't know his first name.
Well, they do, but they don't know how to spell it. The
He
shoe.
said his
The,
first name, like,
I've said my first name a lot of
Yeah.
At this point, I don't
Just
care.
censor it and just censor it.
No one can add, no one can add. You can see my Facebook and be able to see my pictures, but no one can add me unless you're mutual friends with somebody else that I'm friends with. So,
All right, I'm gonna send you a friend request from
I
Listen, you-
might just call Norma. I might
I'm
just
just
tell
gonna-
Norma.
Monday whenever I'm at work. I'm just gonna look you up on Facebook and just add
I mean,
you
I'm
on our
friends with
official-
Grim on Facebook. I'm friends with
I haven't
Grim on
spoken to
Facebook.
Grim in a
I'm
while.
friends
I mean,
with.
I
think
legit-
Ichi goes on
I
Facebook
leg-
too.
I legit texted you on Facebook and Messenger, like, "What's up, bitch?"
I don't. I haven't checked my phone. I don't even know where my
Okay,
cell
back
phone
to
is, to be
clown.
quite frank.
Back to clown.
Yeah, but
boy.
anyway, the shoe company transferred him to Springfield, Illinois, to work as a salesman, and eventually
that's
prompted him.
Not fun.
And eventually promoted him to manager of his department. In March of that year, he became engaged to Marilyn Myers, who was also a co-worker at the
Myers?
Nunn
Michael
Bush
Myers.
Shoe Company. During the courtship, Gacy joined the local JC's.
I
Now-
love how happy you are just saying that name. Non-Bush Company. your tone entirely changed when you say that name. I don't know why.
None Bush Company. It's that simple.
Well, here's what's real fun. He joined the JCs, and the JCs, the only notable members of the JCs is, and this is really fun. There's like 4 or 5 of them that, you know,
What are the
pretty bad. JCs is like they're kind of like a group of people, kind of like the Shriners.
SC Johnson, a family company.
We're not sponsored by SC Johnson, but
Can we be sponsored by SC Johnson?
we can get sponsored by. They still keep sending me offers. We can get sponsored by
Please.
Braid Shadow Legends.
I need that in my. I need it. I fucking need it. I
I'm gonna
want it.
fucking walk. Also, you don't need that because if we get sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend, only Marco's gonna get the profits.
I don't give a shit. I just want to do the advertisement.
I don't want it. That's the one thing I don't want.
Shreddy.
well-
I'll sit there holding a phone. What are you playing? Oh, it's just Raid Shadow Legends.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay, so there was the JCs was basically more or less like the Shriners. They done charity work, but you know these were just a bunch of old guys watching skag films in the back of somebody's garage. This is the only notable members was Bill Clinton, John Wayne Gacy, another serial killer known as Edmund Kemper, who was the co-ed killer. We will have to go up against him someday. Richard Nixon.
Yes, go up against him. Fight him. Fight.
Richard Nixon and Elvis Presley. So
Yeah.
So, what's up with serial killers and joining this group?
this group was just a bunch of like
Elvis had a nice house.
This group is literally like, yes, they do charity work on the forefront, but it's literally just an excuse to go hang out with a bunch of guys, be in a back room, and watch porn while jacking each other off.
Huh?
That's
You know what? I don't want to imagine that. I don't want to imagine that.
I
But
want to
now I'm
point out,
imagining that.
Gal perked up whenever he heard that.
I want to point out you and Shred are straight up scissoring right now.
You kinda are.
I'm glad the fire is in the way. It kinda is our because where the camera's positioned, the way that you guys are laying, it does look like you're scissoring, but at the same time, the way that the fire is that perfect cutaway. So they can't.
It's the perfect sensor
It's
bar.
the perfect sensor bar. They can't see what you do. Well, people who's listening to us on Spotify right now, they won't be able to see you anyway.
Spotify. How do you enjoy?
When
getting
the podcast
how do you
come back,
enjoy
we're going to
getting
Spotify, too.
60-second ads to buy Spotify Premium, so you don't have to listen to ads, but it's just ads of Spotify Premium? Yeah, get
Oh,
fucked,
it's so
Spotify.
fucking bright.
There's
dude.
no ads
What
with
the-
Spotify Premium. Not with us yet. The only people
No, I'm just
like
saying, I'm just
like
saying.
if you
don't
listen,
have Spotify Premium, you get ads for Spotify Premium, where they just tell you to buy Spotify Premium, so you don't have to listen to ads. It's like, are you tired of ads like this? Just buy Spotify Premium. Then you don't have to listen to ads for Spotify Premium.
I have Spotify Premium.
I have.
I
well,
do
my
now,
work,
but it took
my
so
work
long
shift
because
doesn't have Spotify Premium.
Okay, wait. Did you know that back right before the big lockdown, if you were from Quebec, you could not buy Spotify Premium single. You had to buy like a family thing.
What the fuck?
Why?
I don't.
It's so fucking stupid.
I don't know. It was in their fucking thing. It was like you can't buy it unless you're from the province of Quebec. I was like, what?
I don't think Jay is. I don't think Jay is okay over there.
Gal
I'm
looks like
sorry.
a fucking. You know those fucking those like chicken things that like the water things. I don't know what they're called, but they like peck
The cocks that
down,
spray.
like-
Oh yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm talking about, like the
Balance. Yeah,
the balancing. It goes like down. Yeah, that's what he looks like, except. Yeah.
Is he also bouncing on a cock that sprays?
I mean, just on a nightly basis.
Whenever People are starting to talk about Gal.
I would know.
I love you, Gal.
I would know
I swear.
because
Yeah,
I've
I love you like a
I've
brother.
worked with his
Remember
models.
that.
I've
Do
helped
not,
him
do
with
not,
his fucking
do not hunt me
models.
down and murder me,
I've
please.
seen some shit. I have seen some shit.
I've seen all of his NSFW pictures. Believe me.
I know. He's had me fucking fix his models for him.
You are a whore, but we love you.
Noted. Let's go.
Thanks for flashing us. All we see is your ass.
Fuck you.
just crawling backward, just being like, "Fuck you."
Come back.
Monko, you have a thumbnail picture now.
We do have a thumbnail picture of just him just walking away.
Plus 5,000 views.
Hell yeah.
Just ass. But anyway,
Blessed by the YouTube algorithms.
he
God.
joined.
Never.
He joined the JCs and became a tireless worker for the organization, which named him Key Man of the Year in April of 1964.
Imagine
it was
having that title.
But it was that same year that he had his second homosexual experience. And the reason, what we're going to be calling the first homosexual experience, I don't like.
Gal, you whore, sit down. Sorry.
This is a good debate because I'm not counting his molestation because
checking
that
the
was not
hair,
his
dude.
fault. But should we count him molesting or him basically just cradling a dead body?
His
A
first
homosexual
child in the
experience, or should we just call it?
Necrophilia.
Yeah, or should we
It
just
is
call it straight up
necrophilia.
necrophilia?
It's gay
Necrophilia.
necrophilia. It's a gay necrophilia.
They counted
That is
that.
this is a weird kink that we've stumbled upon. Gay necrophilia.
I don't
I
like
wanna
this.
leave.
God.
Just you wait.
Why are you feeling comfortable?
Pop
This-
in later.
This one's good. I mean, this
come
gets
on,
wild. According to Gacy, after one of his colleagues in Springfield JC's plied him with drinks and invited him to spend the evening on his sofa, he agreed, and the colleague performed oral sex on him while he was drunk. By 1965, Gacy had risen to the position of vice president of the Springfield JCs, the same year that he was named the third most outstanding JCs in the state of Illinois. That it was
Well,
also this
There's a
same
problem.
person
It's
that gave him.
Illinois.
Yeah, aren't you from Illinois?
Yes, I live in Illinois. This
Why'd you
state
think you
is
popped
known-
off when you said Illinois earlier?
This state is known for nothing but corruption and taxes.
Well,
and Obama.
I think it was the same this same experience where he got his thing that he would tell other people and trying to talk them into oral sex, like, hey FaZe, you wanna come hang out?
My face about people.
We're gonna be playing along. We're gonna be playing along. FaZe, just play along because you know exactly where this is going.
Rustic, because he can't say rustic when I hang out. Even though it'd
Well,
be more fitting with the story.
it would be more
Hey,
fitting with the story.
You want to know
Oh
something?
god.
Hey, Rusty, like Jen.
I'm adopted. You're like,
And when he said like, "Hey FaZe, like, are you ever having trouble? Like FaZe, are you ever having trouble getting with a lady?"
Maybe.
See, that's
Maybe.
all of
Maybe
us.
not.
And I had a friend back in Springfield, Illinois. He told me this trick. He taught me this trick that, you know, getting your dick sucked by a man is just like getting your dick sucked by a woman. It doesn't feel any different. And he would use this on every one of his victims. Every single one. And he would say like, well, it was my way of getting lucky 100% of the time. That's how I imagine that, like, he would sound
Oh
like.
god, with that fucking noise that you just made, I just imagine it's Skeletor now.
Yeah. I'm about to say, bro,
This is my way of getting my dick sucked.
well, I was like, why is everybody going Skeletor for this bitch? What the fuck?
I mean, this guy, he's But after a 6-month courtship, Gacy marries Myers in September of 1964. Marilyn's father...
What's her name? What's her full name? We kind of cut you earlier.
Marilyn Myers.
Okay.
Michael Myers.
That's why I literally fucking said Michael Myers. You're so fucking late to the party, gal. God damn it.
In September of 1964, Marilyn's father also subsequently purchased, and here's a little kick to my groin, 3 of the Kentucky Fried Chickens in Waterloo, Iowa.
I had a feeling you were going to make a comment on that.
And the couple moved there so he could manage the restaurants. And he did this until he was arrested. He managed these KFCs from 64 until when he was arrested in, like, I think 76, 70.
The first time he was arrested.
Yeah, the first time he was arrested, yes. Gacy would receive $15,000 a year, the equivalent of $115,513 as of 2020, plus as a share of the restaurant's profits.
Damn, money really do be like that.
Following the obligation...
Fun fact, though, if you
inflation
statistically
of
break
money.
down how many hours he works every day to how much money he's actually making about mid-range wages.
Which is crazy.
He just worked like 12 to 14 hours a day.
Following the obligatory completion of a management course, I just fucking got really I couldn't read. Gacy relocated to Waterloo with his wife. He opened a club in his basement where his employees could drink alcohol and play pool. Although Gacy employed teenagers of both sexes at his restaurants, he socialized only with the young male employees. And Gacy gave many of them alcohol before he made sexual advances. If they rebuffed him, he would just claim that his advances were just a joke. Say, hey, you want to suck my dick?
Is it the prank, bro? Look, the camera right there. Camera right there.
It's just a prank. It's just a prank, bro.
Yeah.
It's just a joke. It's just a joke, bro. I was just messing with you. You got me.
I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
You really think that?
Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry. I'm just messing with you.
She grabbed you, but I had a glove on.
No, she's messing with you.
Gacy's wife gave birth to a son on February 1966 and a daughter in March of 1967. So it was like 2 years consecutively. Like one child is older than the other. Gacy himself later described this period of his life was perfect because he could get sex whenever he wanted from both boys and his wife. He never considered himself gay because he would consider himself bisexual, and bisexual was fine, but he hated gays. So tell me what the fuck. Tell me where this comes in the line. Tell me what kind of. This is just a prick. But
I ain't gay, but
that's a low word.
I ain't gay, but
I ain't gay, but $20 is $20.
Nah, bro, this boy literally out here like I ain't gay, but sex is sex.
Where
You guys wearing that too?
And
Yeah, the guy behind him's like, hey, 20.
And what's even worse about this is that it was during this time that he finally got his father's approval. His father was like, "I'm proud of you, my son." Like he said that, "I'm proud of you," and like he had his father's approval, which is what he's been wanting all of his life. But then, what could do anything more, guys? What do you guys think? What do you think? He said that his life was perfect, right? Everything. Here's what came. What was it? It was sodomy.
What?
Charged for
Nice.
sodomy
Isn't
of
that-
assault of Donald Voorhees. In August of 1967, Gacy committed his first known sexual assault on a teenage boy. The victim was 15 years old, Donald Voorhees.
Oh, I thought.
Isn't that fun?
Wait,
Oh,
hold on.
I thought sodomy was a country.
Here's my question. So Voorhees, you just mentioned the last
I
name
just got ignored.
Voorhees. His wife's name His fucking wife's last name is
Myers.
Myers.
Yes.
What the fuck is happening?
Yes.
Serial killer story. What the
The guy's a serial killer in the making. Of course, he was gonna fucking kill someone
No,
at some point.
Voorhees. All right, so we got the Voorhees
Jason
family,
Voorhees.
and we have the Myers family. All right,
the Myers
so
family. You got this. Is getting real fun. The son was a fellow JC's member. Gacy lured Voorhees into his house, promising to show him pornographic films. Which you guys can say whatever you want to say about the. Where the fuck you going?
It's always the fucking coloration in the middle of the boat. I got some porn for you.
But like, you can say whatever. Like, people can say whatever the fuck they want to say about how pornography is so widespread nowadays. But at least fucking sex offenders can't come up with that excuse anymore, because if a 15-year-old can literally just look up porn on their phone.
Has asked us to disclose our sexual crimes to you. We were bad, but now we're good. And you're coming into my basement, child. What? Anyways, we just...
No, don't touch
Gacy,
my no square.
Gacy plied Voorhees with alcohol and persuaded him to perform oral sex.
Yeah.
Over the following months, Gacy similarly abused several other youths, including one whom Gacy encouraged to have sex with his own wife before blackmailing him into performing oral sex on him. Gacy tricked several teenagers into believing that he was commissioned to conduct homosexual experiences in the interest of scientific research, and paid them $50 each to suck his dick to see if homosexuality was real. Knock knock. Gal, was it real?
You're such a bitch.
Dun dun dun. Ba-da-da-da-da-da.
That's not meant. That was not meant to be a joke. It was just like, yeah, because I'm gay. I mean, like, yeah, huh?
Gal, come back.
It was meant to be a compliment, you bitch. Get back over here.
Back at it, compliment if I've ever heard one.
At least I'm not calling it.
Compliments? Wow.
Oh,
hi.
He's a bitch too. But
I think that applies to everybody here.
Oh, I
Let's see.
think we went the fuck. Gal, come back.
Gal, come back. Gal.
We lost
Come-
12. Oh,
We haven't
well.
talked about the
There you are.
hands yet.
Where the fuck?
There you
He's
are.
gonna get these hands. But
You
anyway,
didn't talk about the Hamburglar yet? What?
But anyway, basically, he tricked a lot of people doing this shit. The $50
Well,
each,
I
like,
need
hey, he
T-Bose
tricked
for
a
a
lot of them.
second.
But in March 1968, Voorhees reported him to his father that Gacy had sexually assaulted him. Voorhees Sr. immediately informed the police, who arrested Gacy on the subsequently charged him with performing oral sodomy on Voorhees and attempted to assault of a 16-year-old Edward Lynch. Gacy was basically denied of the charges and demand to take a polygraph test. He he was so like,
I did not have
Like-
sexual relationships with that boy.
like, listen, he thought that his lying was so good that he could pass upon, and guess what he did? FaZe, what did he do?
Failed.
He failed
Miserably.
miserably. He fucking failed.
They noted he was nervous through the entire thing.
He was
Yeah,
nervous,
as long
and
as
he
you keep your
denied
cool, you
any
beat
wrong-
polygraph.
test, I can't be proven it wrong.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit.
the whole thing.
Absolutely failed. And Gacy publicly denied any wrongdoing and insisted the charges against him were politically motivated by Voorhees Sr. and opposed Gacy's nomination for the opponents of president of the Iowa JCs. Several fellow JC members actually found Gacy's story to be credible and rallied to his support, but however, on May 10th of 1968, Gacy was indicted. What's the word?
Indicted.
Indicted. Yes. Indicted on the sodomy charge. So, with his wife and the two kids, when they found out that they waited until the jury found him, guilty, and they did. They found him guilty, and then that's when she left, and he never saw his 2 kids or his ex-wife ever again.
Yikes.
I think they changed their names after they found out.
Yeah, they did. After he was arrested later on, and they had like the full thing of him being a serial killer, they changed their name.
They changed their names, and they completely removed themselves from being in the books.
That way the kids wouldn't grow up having.
We can't see face because your face is just right on.
Yeah, Rustic, you're just laying like all over face.
I just keep laughing every time I look over. Rusty gets further and further and further over me.
He's just laying on top of you. Don't worry about it.
It's
like
Okay, so he's really fucking comfy.
Well, here's what's real
Okay.
fun.
Look, you can't use that. You can't use that excuse. Okay, you know how many people fall asleep like fucking like leaned up against me. I'm just like,
What's up?
and then,
Do you
and then
want
they
me to
wake.
fall asleep
And
against
lean
you?
back.
No,
and lean
I
back,
don't
and
want
lean
that.
Back.
I don't feel.
Lean on me.
Wait, that would be a
When
wholesome
you're
Forrest Gump experience.
I imagine Rusty, you fall asleep laying against Shreddy, and then Shreddy's just like, while you're sleeping, petting
Hi,
your
Shred.
head. Adopted.
I was gonna say, he's just like trying to embrace the You're adopted. You're adopted.
All right.
I'm gonna get my Valve Index. I'm gonna
So-
flick you off
so,
permanently every time I see you.
Yeah, I wish I
I'm gonna
could
have
do
like
that
a permanent
too.
middle finger.
During his incarceration, Gacy repeatedly acquired a reputation. He rapidly acquired the reputation as a model prisoner. Within months
Where
of
the
his
fucking hero
arrival,
going?
he had risen to
Hero
position
fucking
of head cook. He also joined the inmates JC chapter, so they have he had some homies inside. And increased its membership from 50 to 650 men in a span of less than 18 months. He was known to have secured and increased the inmates' daily pay in prison mess halls and to have supervised several projects to improve conditions for inmates in the prison. On one occasion, Gacy oversaw the installation of a fucking miniature golf course in the prison recreation yard.
What the fuck?
Why the fuck are you putting mini golf in a fucking prison?
What?
Don't you like?
If mini golf had a prison, I'm just saying I'd probably go.
Wait, if mini golf had a prison?
Other way around. Other way around.
Who is mini
Get them
golf and
fucked
why
up,
does he have a
son.
prison?
If prison had a mini golf, if mini golf had a prison,
Mini golf.
You know how they're like, if you're going to mini golf, if you get the last hole in like one shot, you get like something.
Yeah.
In that case, if you don't, it's just a
If
straight
you
line.
miss,
And if
you
you
gotta-
don't, you go to prison.
That's your ticket.
Sure.
That's your ticket out of prison. You have to win at mini golf.
you have to win a mini golf. Well, see, in June of 1969, Gacy first applied to the State of Iowa Board of Parole for early release. They denied his application, but to prepare for a second scheduled parole hearing in May of 1970, Gacy completed 16 high school courses, for which he obtained his diploma in November of 1969. So he finally graduates high school while he's in prison.
In the year '69.
In the year 69. It was also right on Christmas Day of 1969. Gacy's father died
That
of
was a white
cirrhosis
Christmas.
of the liver.
White Christmas.
What?
The year '69.
Oh my God! Shut the fuck up. When told the news, Gacy collapsed to the floor, sobbing. His request for supervised compensation leave to attend the funeral was denied. So he could not go see his father one last time for the
break a
funeral. His father died while he was in prison, and right before he went to all that shat down the fucking toilet when he went to prison. because his father died, and I believe that his father was the only thing that was keeping him from becoming a murderer. But it's difficult because the reason that he was in prison anyway, because one of the assault charges, they think that we think that this was his first murder because one of the charges was dropped because the boy didn't show up to court.
Yeah, and there's a lot of speculation that because of his first murder being mostly an accident, his actually confirmed murder, I should say, that's when he snapped.
Yeah, well, we're going to tell the story about the first murder before we end today. That way, everybody gets hyped and juicy for the next episode because it's gonna get wild.
We also probably don't have all that much longer.
Gacy was granted parole with 12 months probation on June 18th of 1970, after having served only 18 months of his 10-year sentence. Two of the conditions of his probation were that Gacy was to relocate to Chicago to live with his mother, and then he must observe a 10 p.m. curfew. The Iowa Board of Parole would receive regular updates on his progress. On his release, Gacy told his friend and fellow JC Clarence Lane, who picked him up from the prison and had remained steadfast in his behalf of Gacy's innocence, that he would never go back to jail, and that he intended to reestablish himself in Waterloo. However, within 24 hours of his release, Gacy had to relocate to Chicago to live with his mother. He arrived there on June 19th, and shortly thereafter obtained a job as a short-ordered cook in a restaurant. But it wasn't that long of a break, was it, FaZe? From him being out of jail and then everything started going down the shitter again. On February 12th, 1971, Gacy was charged again with sexually assaulting a teenage boy who claimed that he had lured him into his car at a Chicago Greyhound bus terminal and driven him to his home, where he had intended to force the boy into sex. The court dismissed this compliant when the boy failed to appear. Okay, so there's that one. That's where they think that it's his first murder. The Iowa Board of Parole did not learn about this incident, which violated the conditions of his parole. 8 months later, in October 1971, Gacy's parole ended. The following month, records of Gacy's previous criminal convictions in Iowa were sealed. And so no one knew. Chicago, Illinois had a sexual deviant.
Yay, Chicago!
And then it was also in that year when he purchased what would become his home ground, and basically fucking graveyard for 26 bodies.
There it goes, my headset.
Your feet are still up, so just stay in that position. We're almost done.
Yeah.
But
if you want to point something, just put your feet toward it.
Yeah. But 26 bodies were buried in the house, but all 33 were killed there. 8213 West Summerdale Avenue. And you can look up to see if the house is still there. No, they tore it the fuck down.
I love how you're still usable.
What you can see, though, is that John Wayne Gacy drew a diagram of where all the bodies in the crawl space were, where he buried all of them.
Well, they found all of them. They got all the bodies out of the house.
Yeah, they made him draw a diagram for them to find the bodies.
Oh yeah, that's true.
There was too many of them.
Ooh, that's a little bit, yeah.
But it was, but they tore that place the fuck down. Could you imagine trying to fucking flip that place? and being like, yo, what's this? Like this.
Yo,
look, and
welcome
here,
to MTV Cribs.
and like this right here is our living room. Please don't mind the screams and howls of crying children from the floorboards.
Please don't mind the voices.
Please
of the
don't
damned.
mind our ghostly friends that are out here, just crying, talking, thinking that you're imaginary.
Please don't mind the voices of the damned.
Exactly.
If you see a missing cement tab inside the garage, don't look under it.
I never
And,
could look under it. Oh.
Immediately vacate the premises. Call the
Immediately,
police.
you can call the police. But he would reside at this
If
place until his
floorboards are
arrest
moved,
in his
please leave.
until his arrest in December of 1978, and where according to this is where he committed all the murders. Like in August of 1971, shortly after Gacy and his mother moved into the house, he became engaged to Carol Hoff, divorcee with 2 younger daughters. Hoff, who dated him briefly in high school, had been a friend of his younger sister. His fiancée and stepdaughters moved into the home soon after the couple announced their engagement. Gacy's mother moved out of the house shortly before his wedding on July 1st of 1972. So he's married again. This is when he also starts PDM Contractors. In 1971, Gacy established a part-time construction business, PDM Contractors. It stood for painting, decorating, and maintenance. With the approval of his probation officer, he worked evenings on his construction contracts while working as a cook during the day. Initially, Gacy undertook minor repair work such as sign writing, pouring concrete, redecorating, but he later expanded, including projects, interior design, remodeling, installation, and assembly of landscaping. And in mid-1973, Gacy quit his job and cook so he could commit fully to his construction business. But more or less what this construction business was is so he could hire young boys, because here's what's real fun. Remember when he got molested when he was a little kid? That guy that molested him was a contractor.
Yep.
And so this is what's real fun, and like as he's committing all these murders and committing all of these sexual deviances,
say it's fun.
he's
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, I wouldn't say that's what's fun about
well,
the whole
it's not.
situation.
It's not that it's fun. It's just the fact that he also becomes a contractor.
You dug yourself into this hole. There's no getting out.
It's a fucking rabbit hole, you fucking motherfuckers. What else do you expect's gonna happen?
There's also another really important note in there that I realized is that one of the main things he learned how to do is concrete, which will be important for later.
But much of PDM's workforce consisted of high school students and young men. Gacy would often proposition his workers for sex, or insist them on sexual favors, for return arts such as lending his vehicles, financial assistance, or promotions. He also claimed he owned guns, telling employee Arthur Peterson, "Do you know how easy it would be to get one of my guns and kill you? How easy it would be to get rid of the body? How easy would it be?" But in 1973, Gacy and a teenage PDM employee traveled to Florida to view the property Gacy had purchased. On the first night in Florida, Gacy raped the employee in their hotel room. After returning to Chicago, he drove like the guy told his friend what had happened, but instead of putting charges, they drove to Gacy's house and literally beat the shit out of him in the yard. The wife comes outside and was like, "What's going on?" It was like, "Oh, I just paid him for some shifty work that he done down in Florida." That was his excuse, you know. He would get out of everything like, "Oh, the reason they're mad is because they done some dumb shit down there." He would always lie. He was hell bent on lying about everything that he did. But
And somehow it worked.
Back in the days, people were dumb. That's all I gotta say.
I mean, they're still dumb.
They're still dumb, exactly.
Nothing's changed.
But Gacy had also be become active in the local Democratic Party's politics. Initially, like offering uses of his employees to claim party headquarters at no charge. He was rewarded for his community service with an appointment to serve as the Norwood Park Township Street Lighting Committee, subsequently earning his title as a precinct captain. So he is basically a captain. It was just more or less another title that was granted to a sexual offender. Anyway, in 1975, Gacy was appointed director to Chicago's annual Polish Construction Day Parade. He supervised the annual event in 1975 until 1978. Through his work with the parade, Gacy met and was photographed by the First Lady Rosalind Carter. And on May 6, 1978...
Now we got the Carters in here?
Got the Carters in here. She signed one photo to John Gacy, best wishes, Rosalind Carter. And there's also a photo of him and Rosalind Carter. So you got the Carters here. That's so sweet, isn't it? That's so sweet. But
he looks so creepy to me.
It looks so fucking terrifying.
Can we put an image of that up?
Yeah, well, for those that's watching on YouTube, but on Spotify, you can.
Yeah, if you're watching on Spotify, get fucked.
Watching on Spotify?
Bum bum bum.
See, that's the fun part.
But Gacy was wearing the S pin in the picture, basically telling him that he was a person who has been given special clearance by the goddamn Secret Service.
What?
Yeah.
How the fuck?
Yeah, it's.
How did he get clearance from the Secret Service? For what?
For taking a picture with the First Lady, Rosalind Carter.
Oh yeah, okay.
Through his membership in the local Moose Club, Gacy became aware of a Jolly Joker clown club, whose members regularly performed at fundraising events and parades, in addition of entertaining hospitalized children voluntarily. In 1975, Gacy joined the Jolly Jokers and created his own performance character, Pogo the Clown. He also had another one that he really used, was called Patches the Clown, but Pogo the Clown was his most favorite one. He performed as Pogo at numerous local parties, political functions, charitable events, and children's hospitals. He appeared as Patches at a grand opening of his PDM client stores. In clients' stores. Gacy designed his own clown costume and taught himself how to apply his own makeup. But here's what's real fun. If you look at a picture of him, FaZe knows what a picture of Pogo... Like, you guys should know what a picture of Pogo the Clown looks like. It's fucking terrifying. The reason that it's terrifying, most clowns use a circular motion in their makeup.
Like a rounded smile.
Sharp.
But with Gacy, everything about it is fucking sharp. There's so many sharp edges. So his eyes are triangles. His mouth has this weird Batman kind of looking symbol going on there. It's fucking terrifying.
You know, there's even two scarier things about this situation. One is there's speculations that Stephen King actually came up with Pennywise based off of Pogo the Clown.
No, it's not a speculation. It's actually confirmed.
Stephen.
And then there's the second thing. If you remember back to when the clown sighting started happening.
Oh yeah.
The first or second clown sighting was Pogo the Clown. Somebody had recreated
Pogo the Clown, which is absolutely
I remember that clown.
Terrifying.
What was that whole clown
They had
sighting?
a whole bunch of policemen actually searching all around the area to make sure that there was no bodies, because they had speculations that it might have been another serial killer, showing that they were recreating Pogo.
They were recreating Pogo, which is absolutely fucking terrifying.
Let me
Which
just say,
If I saw
hate
that clown
clowns.
show up, I would literally like rip out a gun and start firing.
this
No,
this
like,
also
That's a no.
I can't do clowns.
well here this is where this comes from. You see, before John Wayne Gacy, I love that there's a shadow of my fingers on your face. But before
Me?
John Wayne,
I
yes,
can't see.
you can't see it. But before John Wayne Gacy, everybody was okay with clowns. Oh, they're okay. Oh, whatever. It's just a clown. After John Wayne Gacy, this is what started the whole being scared of clowns.
Yep.
And fucking Stephen King ran with it.
When I was
Oh, yeah.
when I was young, I was scared of clown before learning about John Wayne Gacy. Clowns are just fucking terrifying.
No, it's not
No,
that. This is where the
This is when Killer Clown started.
killer clown started.
Yeah.
This is where it became.
Killer clowns.
You both
from
just
outer
took a drink of
space.
something at the same goddamn time. You both just went like an invisible cheers just happened. I was
You
like, what
guys
the fuck?
should've crossed arms while you were drinking.
But anyway,
Sorry.
that was really deep and scary. Are you okay? Sorry.
Sorry. Oh, hold up.
I'm sorry.
All right,
Alright.
Oh God.
All right, take that mic out of your ass, please.
But it was for
No,
these
it's
reasons that he became known as the killer clown.
Yep.
Occasionally, Gacy would remain
Can you please
in his
turn that
clown
mic back
garb
on and
after
say?
a
Can you
performance.
please turn that mic back on and please for me say, "Honey, it's time for your 12 a.m. cock and ball torture."
Me? Yes. Oh. It's not a mic. I'm just speaking.
He's
I'm-
speaking
Well, then
really,
please
really.
do
It's
it.
my-
Please
it's just
just
me
do it.
speaking.
Please just do it.
What am I supposed to be saying?
Honey, it's
It's time for your 12 a.m. cock and ball torture.
It's time for your 12 o'clock cock and ball torture.
well, ladies and
Thank
gentlemen,
you. I'm going
that-
to use that as my new sub alert.
oh, like,
Can it be noted that after Faye said that, Rustic separated?
let it be known. Let it be known
I'm gonna go
that
die.
in post on the YouTube version of this, I'm just gonna have a slow, increasingly getting brighter picture of Pogo the Clown. As this
He's like zooming in.
Honey,
He's getting
it's
zoomed.
time for your 12 a.m. cock and ball torture.
Oh no.
That's all right. We
That's
are
a
getting okay. Occasionally, Gacy would remain in his clown garb after a performance. He arrived a few times at a favorite drinking venue, the Good Luck Lounge, dressed in his clown garb, explaining he had performed at a charitable event and was stopping for a social drink before heading home. Gacy later said that acting as a clown allowed him to regress into childhood. So basically, what was really fun is that he was like, when he was getting investigated, he would tell the investigators, a clown could get away with a lot of things. A clown could get away with murder, maybe. Yes.
That's stupid, Hope.
Okay, Boomer.
I really hate that you keep saying, "What's really fun? What's really fun?" Like, it's really fun. This is really fun. It's like, Michael, do you have something you want to tell?
Marco, do
I am
you
not
have
a-
bas- do you have
I am-
bodies in your basement?
I am not a serial rapist nor murderer.
Yet.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right.
God damn.
I'm a murderer of
Love.
That ass.
pussy.
I'm waiting for I had a feeling.
I had a feeling. But
I have a murder of love with Norma.
I mean,
That's
you're
what
also
it's
the only one
supposed to
that's
say.
married here.
I am a
yeah.
murderer of making sweet love to my wife, and before I'm about to get punched.
I'm
But
a murderer of hearts.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Apparently I
hear
break a lot
Norma
of
just
hearts.
like stomping through the house. Suddenly.
Yes.
It's just like fucking bust down the door Godzilla roar.
Here's Norma.
But anyway,
Grab his
it's-
dick and twist it.
I'm glad we're getting a laugh right now because it's time.
I don't know.
It's
First
time.
house of the first murder.
Our first
I'll
murder,
bet.
the murder of Timothy McCoy.
Now I got the fucking McCoys. God damn it.
I want to say this is one of the creepiest, if not the creepiest murder of all of his murders.
The very first one. Gacy's first known murder occurred on January 2nd of 1972. Now remember, we just told everything leading up. We were going in between years before when he was meeting the fucking wife of the president. He was murdering people. But at the same time, let's just keep going. Gacy's first known murder occurred on January 2nd of 1972. According to Gacy's later account, following a family party, he decided to drive to the Civic Center in Chicago Loop to view a display of the ice sculptures before luring a 16-year-old boy named Timothy Jack McCoy from Chicago's Greyhound bus terminal into his car. Where was his wife? Because remember, he was married again. She was drunk, passed out at the friend's home. Because it was a New Year's party. But McCoy was traveling from Michigan to Omaha, Nebraska. Gacy took McCoy on a sightseeing tour of Chicago and then drove him to his home in the promise that he could spend the night and be driven back to the station in time to catch his bus. Prior to McCoy's identification, he was known simply as the Greyhound busboy. Gacy claimed that he woke early the following morning.
Sorry, I took a picture of that because that's too fucking cute. Just a rustic laying on.
Oh, okay. I thought you your camera for me was like pointing up at your ass. So I thought you were just taking a picture of your butt. And I was like, "What are you doing?"
I'm just taking a picture of my ass.
Selfie.
Yo, I need that photo.
Hashtag
We'll do. We'll send it.
Just send it to Rabbit Hole Discord or Rabbit Hole group chat.
But Gacy claimed that he woke early in the following morning to find McCoy standing in his bedroom doorway with a kitchen knife in his hand, and he jumped from his bed. McCoy raised both of his arms in a gesture of surrender, tilting the knife upwards and accidentally cutting Gacy's forearm. Gacy twisted the knife from Corey's wrist, banged his head up against a bedroom wall, and kicked him against his wardrobe, and walked towards him. McCoy then kicked Gacy in the stomach, doubling him over. Gacy grabbed McCoy, wrestled him to the floor, and stabbed him repeatedly in his chest as he stabbed him. Wait, what? Straddled, okay. I reread straddled as stabbed. I was like, wait a minute. I became illiterate.
Called him.
Guys, these anime
I
fight scenes are
love
getting
that
intense.
Michael's reading something and FaZe is reading it at the same time. And because Michael just fucks up on words, FaZe just like corrects him right away because he knows right where he is.
As McCoy lay there dying, Gacy claimed that he washed the knife from his bedroom and then went to the kitchen and saw open carton of eggs and a slab of unsliced bacon on his kitchen table. McCoy had also set the table for two. He had walked into Gacy's room to wake him up, absent-mindedly carrying the kitchen knife in his hand. Gacy buried McCoy in his crawl space and later covered his grave with a layer of concrete. In an interview several years later after his arrest, Gacy said that he immediately after killing McCoy, he felt totally drained, yet noted that he listened to the gurgulations. As McCoy lay there gasping for air, he had experienced a mind-numbing orgasm as he stabbed. And he...
What the fuck?
I really don't think that it needed that. I really don't think that it needed that.
Like you said the word orgasm. It had to happen.
He added that.
Did it really?
No.
Yes.
No. He added that that's when I realized that death was the ultimate thrill. That's fucking metal as hell. Like, but no.
Fucking metal as hell.
But like, this is when he. What the fuck? What do you do when you realize that murdering another human being is the only thing that gets you off? You fucking get yourself castrated, you son of a bitch.
True.
That's
Grab your dick and twist it.
That's exactly
Well,
what
to
you do.
me,
You
the
get
moment you killed a teenage boy is when you just die then.
You just die.
You just
What's
took,
going on?
ah.
You become a fucking
Gal,
monk
fucking-
and swear to fucking.
What is Cal doing?
How long have we
touching,
been
dude.
recording for?
We've been
I'm
recording
stretching.
for an hour.
You never stretch your back like this.
An
like,
hour and
on
27
A
minutes.
little bit more than an hour.
An hour and
That was
27
like
minutes.
seven-
But hey,
Oh.
we have now
15 minutes of it we have to
Alright.
cut out.
Well,
we have now told the entire story of leading up to his murder, and now we're on the next episode. We're gonna be telling the murder spree.
Small
So-
piece,
Elm Street.
small piece of a scary thing too. Despite, I'm not gonna say despite, this whole event is absolutely horrible, and the scariest thing to me is the fact he is the 6th highest kills in the U.S. for a serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
The
You wanna know
number
who's number one?
is over double his kills.
Is double.
Who's number 1?
His name is
74.
Little Samuel. He was sentenced, and he was called the choke and stroke killer. He had
Oh.
61 proven kills, and they assume he's killed over 93
Wait.
to 150.
All right, cut this out.
Wait,
cut
okay.
this out.
We're
Cut
cutting this out,
though.
but like that.
Okay, cut
that's
this
where I
part out.
made
Cut this
one.
part out starting now. I thought the number 1 highest killing was Hillary Clinton.
I'm not cutting that out.
Oh.
there's no cutting that out.
I'm not cutting that
okay,
out.
Wait, what classifies a
That's
serial
staying.
killer? Because
I
didn't
mean,
LA
she
shooter,
knowingly-
or,
she
Las
knowingly-
Vegas shooter?
Ooh, actually,
He got it
well,
quite a few.
River killers the second. No, serial killers. So
Like
they're
serial
mass shooter.
killers.
They don't
Actually,
count.
Not Count
terrorists or anything.
Chocula serial
count
murders.
I think the number 1 was like, his name was like Gary, no, it's Harold Shipman, who has 218 proven murders and
Oh,
probably
yeah.
250 extra critical injuries.
Yo, we should also do Jack the Ripper in this series, since we're doing Halloween shit.
Yeah.
We should do a Ripper, but a Ripper's gonna be really hard to stomach.
Oh
do a
god,
Ripper.
Rippers are.
But
Rippers are.
yeah, that's where we're gonna leave you guys for this time. We thank you all so much for watching and listening to us on Spotify, or if you're watching us on YouTube. It doesn't matter. We greatly appreciate you guys being here. That's John Wayne Gacy Part 1, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna be doing Part 2 will be next Friday, October the. This one will come out on the 9th, so it'll be October the 16th. Yes.
There you go.
October the 16th will be John Wayne
will
Gacy
need-
Part 2.
Man, can you
There's not
imagine
enough-
being like 3 weeks in
Like, there's
advance?
not enough
Jesus.
stuff just
Cut
to
a
cover
little clip of you
so
pronouncing
we're
me
gonna have
and
to
you
add
edit
some
it
other
or
stuff too.
one of our.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We'll be adding. Well, thing is, we go off on tangents a lot. Yeah. So we'll have enough
Yeah.
things. We'll have
Oh,
enough
yeah.
to cover.
We'll have a lot. We'll have enough to cover, especially with all the gruesome details. Because I want to get down and dirty with most of them, and show you and tell everybody and tell everyone about
Yes, down and dirty.
the rope trick.
The context on what we're talking about, and then hearing getting down and dirty with them. That was just not. That was not a good.
No.
Okay, duly noted. Michael wants to get down and dirty with.
All right, I'm gonna go start my stream. Until we see each other next time. Hell yourselves.
Arrivederci. Bye.
See you next time.
See you, beautiful bastards.
I need to restart my headset because
Hail
all I'm
me.
seeing is black screen.
Hell me. Yo, John, how do you like your boys? None, Bush.
Oh my god.
God.
I'm going to turn off mic. I'm gonna just